You need to decide, should you continue renting or is it time to buy? What's happening? I'm JC with the Agajanian Group, and today we're tackling the topic of renting versus buying. And to be open and honest, I'm not going to pretend to present a real neutral argument here. I'm a real estate broker. I'm in favor of ownership. It's actually the whole reason I got into this line of work. I saw all the wealthy people in my life basically own a lot of real estate, so I figured I need to figure that out for myself, and I hope you do as well. So let's go ahead and jump into it. There's a few bullet points that you should consider when deciding whether or not you need to keep renting, or you can figure out how to scratch up that cash and make it happen. The first thing we're going to consider is the fact that rents are just going to continue going up. Real estate prices tend to have an ebb and a flow with a general upward trajectory. There's not much flow going on in rents. They seem to just keep marching upward. So I'm sure you're feeling that pain, or at least acknowledging it for others who are in the rental market now. And it's just going to continue that way. It's just a fact of life. The cool thing about owning a home is once you get that 30-year fixed mortgage, that's going to stay there forever unless you decide it's time to refinance or sell that home. Another important point to consider when making this decision about whether or not to buy or continue renting is the freedom to customize. When's the last time you've looked at your walls and figured you'd rather have a different color on them? Or maybe you'd like to install some sort of shelving or do some bigger modification like flooring or move a wall. Well, you know what? If you're renting, it's really not an option. Having the freedom to customize is a great bullet point and thing to consider when arguing for ownership as opposed to renting. Privacy is another point that we bring up that follows that same train of thought. Your landlord has your keys. Your landlord has the right to come in the case of emergency. And with notification can come in for other reasons as well. If you own your home, you own the keys. I don't think I need to say much more. Relocation flexibility is an argument that sometimes people will say leans towards renting as opposed to buying, because hey, if I want, I can probably break my lease, maybe take a bit of a fee on the chin and move on my way. Or if you're not in a lease, just tell your landlord you're gone and go ahead and move. But to be honest with you, if you live in San Diego, you have just as much flexibility as any renter as an owner. The reason is you can quickly sell your home, especially we're in a market that is as hot and fiery as this one. But in addition, it's very easy to go ahead and attract a renter because the market is so demanding, and put someone in there, pay your mortgage for you, and go about your way wherever you'd like to go. So I'm sorry, renters, but even the relocation flexibility is not going to fall in your favor on that one. Building equity is a no-brainer. When you rent, you're actually helping pay somebody else's mortgage, and they're building equity. When you own, you're paying your own mortgage. That is going down. Meanwhile, the value of your home is going up each year. It's a no-brainer. Finally, there's even more incentive to buy versus rent thanks to our government. They're actually giving you tax advantages like interest deductions and more for owning a home as opposed to renting your home. So overall, like I said in the introduction, I'm a huge proponent of ownership. It's what I do and it's why I do it. But if you'd like to have this conversation offline and dig a little bit more into your specific situation, please give me a call at 619-224-9898. I'd love to chat with you more.